Good day, I am Jasmine Di Durantino together with Rom Shibasada. We're going to talk about on how to find slope of a line given 2 points. These pictures show a slope of a line with 2 points. In finding slope of a line given 2 points, we're going to use the formula y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Here, m is equal to the slope of the line, x sub 1 is the x-coordinate of the first point, y sub 1 is the y-coordinate of the first point, x sub 2 is the x-coordinate of the second point, and y sub 2 is the y-coordinate of the second point. And the steps for finding the slope of the line given 2 points are the following. In the first point, denote the x-coordinate with x sub 1 and denote the y-coordinate with y sub 1. In the second point, denote the x-coordinate with x sub 2 and denote the y-coordinate with y sub 2. After that, we're going to find the differences of the y sub 2 and y sub 1 and x sub 2 minus x sub 1. After that, we're going to divide the difference of the y-coordinates by the difference of x-coordinates to find the slope. Also, take note that we can interchange the points while finding the slope without affecting the answer. For you to be able to understand more on how to find the slope of a line given 2 points, I'm going to show you some example. Example number 1. Find the slope of the line passing through the points 1 and negative 2 and 3 and negative 6. Now we're going to denote the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. So 1 and negative 2 will be x sub 1 and y sub 1, and 3 and negative 6 will be x sub 2 and y sub 2. So our x sub 1 here is 1, y sub 1 is negative 2, x sub 2 is 3, and y sub 2 is negative 6. And our formula for finding the slope of a line given 2 points is m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now, we're going to substitute for the values for y sub 2 minus y sub 1. So it will be negative 6 minus negative 2 all over the values of x sub 2 and x sub 1. So it will be 3 minus 1. Now we're going to distribute the negative sign. So it will be positive 2 already. So it will be negative 6 plus 2 over 3 minus 1. And negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4 and 3 minus 1 is 2. And now we're going to divide it. So it will be negative 2. Therefore, the slope of a line passing through the points 1 and negative 2 and 3 and negative 6 is negative 2.
The slope of a line with 2 points, the coordinates of any 2 points passing through the line must be identified. Using these coordinates, the amount of change of y-coordinate must be divided by the amount of change of the x-coordinates, resulting in the slope, or m. Example number 2. Find the slope of the line passing through the points of negative 3 and 5 and 1 and negative 2 using the formula of slope, which is the y sub 2 and y sub 1 all over x sub 2 and x sub 1. Then for the value of x sub 1 is negative 3, for y sub 1 is 5, for x sub 2 is 1, and y sub 2 is negative 2. So negative 2 minus 5, it will become negative 3, and 1 plus 1, it will become 4. So our slope is negative 3/4. Example number 3, find the slope of the line passing through the points of 3 halves and negative 5/4 and negative 1/3 and 2/5. Using the formula of slope, the value of x sub 1 is 3 halves and for y sub 1 is negative 5/4, for x sub 2 is negative 1/3, and for y sub 2 is 2/5. So simplify first. 2/5 plus 5/4, it will become third over 20, and for negative 1/3 minus 3/2, it will become negative 11 over 6. So our slope is negative 39 over 220. And for the last example, find the slope of the line passing through the points of 4 over 7 and 1/2 and 9 over 7 and 5/4. Using the formula again of the slope, for the value of x of 1 is 4 over 7 and y of 1 is 1/2, x of 2 is 9 over 7 and y of 2 is 5/4. Then simplify first. 5 over 4 minus 1/2, it will become 3/4, and 9 over 7 minus 4 over 7, it will become 75 over 7. So our slope is 21 over 20. I know that you have learned about our lesson. Remember, the points of slope form of a linear equation is most useful for finding a point of the line. When you know the slope and one another point on the line, it can also be used to find the point of the line when you know two other points. Slope tell us how steep of a line. It's like measuring how quickly a hill goes up or down. We will find the slope by seeing how much we go up or down, or the vertical change for each step to the right, horizontal change. If a line goes up 2 steps, for every 1 step to the right, it also is 2. That will be all. Thank you for your willingness to listen and understand.